This is a one-off, basically a Bible story concerning Elisha and his servant. But the main thing that I want all of this to kind of sink in is the world as we know it is really nothing more than a speck of dust. The physical that we see is very limited compared to the spiritual that we cannot see. Picture a snow globe. Everything physical, everything, the entire universe fits in a span on God's hand. So Isaiah 40, chapter 12, said, "Who hath measured the waters in the hollow of his hand, and meted out heaven with a span, and comprehended the dust of the earth in a measure, and weighed the mountains in scales, and the hills in a balance." Strong's definition is the spread of the fingers, that is a span. It's a unit of measure, approximately half cubit, or the distance from the thumb to the little finger on an outstretched hand. To put that into context, the entire physical realm, everything this universe, the whole universe has to offer, literally goes from the tip of God's thumb to the tip of God's pinky finger. That's it. That is the physical. The spiritual is far more vast. The story of Elisha and his servant gives a little bit of insight on what the spiritual holds. It's found in 2 Kings chapter 6. We're going to go through verse 11 through verse 18. They're not very long, so I'm just going to read it through, and then I'm going to explain what's going on here. 2 Kings 6:11 through 6:18. Therefore the heart of the king of Syria was sore troubled for this thing, and he called his servants and said unto them, Will ye not show me which of us is for the king of Israel? And one of his servants said, None, my lord, O king, but Elisha, the prophet that is in Israel, telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber. And he said, Go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, Behold, he is in Dothan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots, and a great host, and they came by night, and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early, and gone forth, behold, a host compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes, that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountains was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto the Lord, and said, Smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness, according to the word of Elisha. That is the spiritual, pretty much in a nutshell. When you go out there and you face the world as it is today, no matter what people say, no matter what people do, just know that there are many armies of God surrounding you for your protection at all times. God encamps the angels around you for protection. This is the spiritual. It is so much more vast. And there's 7.2 billion people on earth or whatever, and it's a speck of dust. Can you imagine how many angels are out there, literally at God's beck and call to protect his children? Just something to think about, just short and quick. I pray that you also be able to see and understand. God bless you. Hope you have a fantastic and wonderful day, and we'll get back to the Revelation series hopefully tomorrow or very, very soon.